And we're live.
Hello.
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 Well, Jill,
Yes.
I missed you.
Hello. I'm here.
Welcome to the JillStream, everybody. I'm sorry, I'll get myself back together.
Wow, so emotional.
Yeah, I know. It is. But it's good. The JillStream every Wednesday and Friday. Although we will not be airing this Friday. Although I'm gonna do an art stream on Friday, I think. I've got
That's
artists
cool.
that's gonna come on and draw some stuff.
Oh,
I
that's
think, but
awesome.
it's gonna be late. It's gonna be like I think 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I'm gonna go live and we're stream. It's gonna draw cool shit, and it's
That's
gonna be
cool.
awesome. And it's not actually gonna be a Jill stream. So
People
it's,
like watching people do things.
yeah, probably because but like I said, I've been wanting to do like having art because sometimes I miss having like Kanan on and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But
Well,
this
yeah, you are doing a
particular
comic book. It kind of makes sense to do comic things.
that is correct. That is correct. And matter of fact, as you can see scrolling down at the bottom of the screen, my comic brand Way of the Gun is on Indiegogo right now, and then you can get it at akaripress.com. Like I said, we do the Jill stream every Wednesday and Friday, normally at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. You can catch the audio of this at anchor.fm/Akari Press. And we've got a few places. We're on Apple Podcasts. We're on Spotify. We just got added to Amazon Music. Matter of fact, like if you have an Echo device or something like I already tested this out. It actually works. So if you are on Amazon and you go play the Ikari Press podcast, it should bring us right up. And we've got like about 60 different shows from various streams I've done. Obviously, all the Jill streams will be on there. Say hello to all our good friends over at Planet EJOBN on Facebook. Hello, guys. Thank you to Jamal Baraka and all the good folks over there for hosting us. And if you are on one of the other platforms and you want to hang out directly in the chat, it is youtube.com/Akari Press. But if you say hello on Facebook or Twitch or Periscope, I should see it and I'll be able to highlight. So what are we doing? This is Wire Wednesday. We do this every Wednesday. We are going through episodes of The Wire, one episode at a time. And we are on now. If you have like HBO Max or on demand or Blu-rays or whatever, if you want to watch The Wire, get yourself situated there. I'm trying to give you a quick second to get yourself caught up. We are on episode 8 of The Wire, from season 1, and this one is called Lessons. It is directed by a young lady by the name of Gloria Muzio. Gloria Muzio directed. This is the only episode of The Wire that she will have directed. This is why I guess that she breaks the chair. She's the first woman to direct an episode. She's not going to be the last, but she is the first woman to actually direct. David Simon and Ed Burns wrote the episode, but she directed it. This is the only episode of The Wire that she will direct in the entire run of the show. She also previously directed one episode of Oz called Orpheus Rising or Orpheus something. But a lot of we've previously discussed that a lot of people that are directors on The Wire have either previously had connections to Homicide: Life on the Street or Oz. Like I said, she's an Oz director. So she directed an episode of Oz, and now she's directing this. She's also directed episodes of House and CSI Miami.
Sounds like she's a TV director.
Yeah, she's a TV. And like when you check her IMDb, she's got so many credits, it's ridiculous.
So she's just a working director.
Yeah, but she does have one connection to the producers of The Wire, which is that she directed an episode of Oz, because we had the one director that directed like about 3 or 4 episodes of Homicide: Life on the Street, and then he directed two episodes this season and one episode in season 3, and then we don't see him anymore. But yeah, so they have a circle.
I gotta be honest, I as a TV watcher, I kind of usually barely pay attention to that kind of shit.
I just added
Just
in
being
there.
honest.
And,
I mean, sometimes it like no, I know. I'm just saying, like,
I give it for the nerds. And yes, yes, fantastic comics, which is it. And hello, Corey Lee. Thank you for hopping in and giving me a quick thumbs up. We appreciate you. Okay, so I have my HBO Max pulled up.
Me too.
And let me see. Okay, so I'm on the little screen on HBO. So, like I said,
Static.
we are on. Yeah, the little static screen.
Static.
Episode 8 of The Wire from season 1.
Lessons.
I'm gonna. So if you wanna join in there with us, I'm gonna hit the 3, 2, 1. I'm not doing it yet. I'm just saying. I'm gonna go 3, 2, 1, and then I'm gonna hit the button.
You did it. You did it triple D style, or you did it triple. No, you did it triple G style. There, Guy's Grocery Games. He always does the trick 3, 2, 1 countdown.
But okay, this time is for real though. So I'm gonna hit 3, and God, I feel like
go.
Okay,
go ahead.
Okay, here we go. Okay, 3, 2, 1. Okay. We are when you walk through the garden. Okay, and okay. This is McNulty and his 2 boys. We've seen them. We saw them a couple episodes ago when McNulty had to take Bubs away from Kima had Bubs, and she needed to go hook up with.
We're going to see yet another reason why he does not have custody of his children right here.
Yeah, well, this is not the smartest. But they're at the little fish market or whatever down there in Baltimore, the local mart, and McNulty's out. He's got his boys for the weekend, and Stringer Bell has walked in, and what we find out is that McNulty says, "Hey, we're gonna play a game," and that apparently because he is a police officer, he has taught his 2 boys. What police call front and follow. Now you can actually look. I've actually Googled front and follow a few times because I've watched the Wire so many times, and this is the technique that police use a lot of times when they're trying to follow people and not get discovered. Where one car is in the front and then the other car is in the back, and they kind of give. It's
a great idea. Let your kids follow this gangster, lose eyesight from them, and that's real good.
Yeah,
real good.
And this actually, this is funny because he's playing. This is after the Lion King had come out, so he's playing "Weem Away," which that song's an old song anyway. But "A Weem Away, a Weem Away."
It's been re-recorded many times.
Yeah, but it was.
Does anyone remember the Nylons? They did it.
Oh wow! And then. So, okay. Well, thank you. I'm trying to. I'm trying to now. I don't know. I'm not even talking right. But McNulty has lost his children here, and he's concerned that Stringer Bell has gone from just being a notorious gangster to possibly harming. 2 young boys that were following him in the little supermarket there. He doesn't know where his kids are, and he's freaking out now because he's like, I just told my 2 boys to follow this very dangerous criminal, and now I don't know where they are. But his oldest son is smart. I don't know where does he just walk around with a pencil in his pocket?
No, McNulty's trained him. Throughout the year, this isn't the first time he's had his kids do this shit.
This is true. But I was like, he's got a pencil on, and he actually was smart.
It's kind of random that kid had a pencil for.
Yeah, that's what threw me off. I was like, wait a minute, he's just walking around with a pencil and say, hey, I'm just gonna walk around with a pencil in my pocket. And but now we are on the if you walk through the garden, Blind Boys, Alabama. Yeah, man, I can't believe we're almost through the whole season.
How many episodes again? 10?
For the first season, 13, and I think it's 13, like 12 the next season. But yeah, we get the full 13 in season 1. I know some of the later seasons they kind of start going like 10 and stuff like that.
Well, this season has a lot of the initial setup of the whole
Absolutely.
show, so it makes sense. It makes sense.
We're getting the little credits. Yeah, we sit down there.
Kind of a long opening, actually. It's like once you've seen it, it's like skip, fast forward. Let's move this along.
That's what I was like.
Oh my gosh, like the True Detective openings. Those were always super long.
I love True. The first season of True Detective was incredible with Matthew McConaughey and Woody Harrelson. But
I thought it kind of ended in a fizzle, but
that's the second season.
As a whole, I enjoyed it.
I have not watched season 3 with Mahershala Ali.
Not me either. I have no interest.
But the second season,
season 2, I thought was pretty crap.
Yeah, Vince Vaughn. Yeah, it wasn't very good. And I was excited. I was like, "Oh, Vince Vaughn and Colin Farrell."
Yeah, and then it was like a 3-actor kind of like triad story going on.
Okay, so we are at the secret spy base of the so-called major crimes, whatever. They're not called the major crimes unit yet. But
they're basically doing what they always do. We're sitting around discussing The Wire and what we're gonna do.
But they've noticed that all their signals, all the payphones that they've got tapped have all of a sudden are all coming up service interrupted because
they ripped them out.
Yeah, the Barksdale people because of they arrested one guy last week or whatever. Remember, I know they chased Stinkum, and so now they're getting paranoid.
Somebody that has to read porn at work, I'm sorry, you've got some issues. Like, come on now. Come on now.
Herc is enjoying adult media reading.
This is his job. Do it at home or in your fucking car. Like, come on.
It's like saying that McNulty and Bunk should not be consuming alcoholic beverages.
They shouldn't be. They shouldn't be. I don't know what. That's what. Were you trying to prove a point there or something? I don't understand.
Yeah, I was. I was trying to.
Well, they're not supposed to be drinking at work either, Antonio.
Yeah, okay. I've worked with alcoholics that actually come to work drunk. So it's like,
well, yeah. I mean, an alcoholic. Anyway, whatever.
Okay, so we got Weebay. Okay, so we got Weebay, Stinkum, and I can't remember the other guy's name.
Too many names.
Yeah, it's too many names, but they have invaded Omar's home. They found out they got somebody dropped because remember they float paper out there. And this would be interesting. Let's say, let me highlight that if I can get it. It's like I felt they should have brought the Wire to the Bay Area. And I've been in like wire discussion groups and stuff, and they's like, yo, they should just switch it and move it to another city, like do the Wire in New Orleans, or do the Wire in Chicago, or do the Wire in New York, or do it in the Bay. And that would actually be really cool. Okay, so they're burning.
It would be, but it's like you have so many seasons of a show. You can only take so much, honestly.
Well, because
like they do spin-off type shows like that all the time for like procedurals, right? Like and they hardly ever work. I mean, there are some that work, but
it would allow them to
more of the same, like
do the show, but with like brand new characters and all that. I mean, but they did, like I said, CSI New York, CSI Miami, CSI.
Well, they'd definitely have to have good characters because like the goodness of the show isn't that it's about a wiretap. Do you know what I mean? Like it's the characters and the stories that are being told, not the setting, if that makes sense. Like, sure, they could do it. They make cop shows all the time.
Yeah.
All the time.
Let me see. If I don't know. Not to down the bay, but it's actually really an advanced environment. Ooh, yeah. But like I said, I would be interested in that. I would, although I watched that one show, what Snowfall, but it's not set in the Bay though. It's set in like Los Angeles.
About
Okay, so
cocaine or something.
yeah, it's set like in the 80s, and they actually kind of stole it from Freeway Rick Ross. John Singleton was one of the producers, but okay. Oh, I love this scene here. This is okay. Wallace has been look at Wallace's hair is jacked up. I don't.
He's been sleeping. He's not
Yeah,
taking,
Wallace.
not doing his hair.
Yeah, Wallace is definitely his hair is, and he's been like using a lot of drugs, and but this
Right.
but remember we showed what about 2 episodes ago where they were showing all those kids they take care of, and this is one of them.
Wallace.
So it's weird that the kid's actually doing homework. He's like, hey, I'm actually got homework that I need you to help me with, and he brings it in, and he's trying to, and here's Poot trying to talk to Wallace. And oh god, so he can't figure the math problem out. And Poot is trying to tell him. He's like, yo, man, D been asking about you. And
he's trying to cope. He feels guilty because he thinks his direct action led to somebody being shot and tortured to death.
Which it did.
Yeah.
It definitely did.
It totally fucked with him.
Yeah,
you can't emotionally handle it.
You see, Poot is able to live with it. Poot is okay. He knows what they did to Brandon. He sleeps good at night. He's okay. Okay, hold up. I love this right here. This is when Wallace is breaking it down to him, but instead of making it a math problem, he makes it about slanging drugs, and then you notice the kid automatically understands the count.
Yeah, it's a word problem he understands.
Yeah,
and visualize it differently.
He put it, and they actually say that like SAT tests and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. That's why when you start talking about cultural bias and stuff like that, because once Wallace switched the language of the math problem up, he was able to visualize it and understand it because he put it in something
Well, we're not going to have drug questions on an SAT test, but maybe we could figure something else out.
I thought that's funny, but because it was, if you go into the scene, the kid looks like, oh, okay, so he's got maybe a learning disability. And then once Wallace switched the language up and said, okay, the guy brings you 2 vials and he does this and switch it, and he's like, oh, it's 15. And he was like, how are you able to get that? But he's just
totally visualizing it different in his head, like the pieces kind of fall together differently.
But the kid said something which I thought was very interesting. And he says, if they count me wrong, they fuck you up. You know what I'm saying? So he's like, if I get the count wrong, there are consequences. If I get this math problem wrong, then I just failed the test.
Though if he thinks about it, if he gets the math problem wrong, he fails the test, he fails out of school, he's going to be just like all these mother effers.
Yeah,
selling drugs, gonna die.
Yeah.
But that's a little advanced thinking for him, probably.
Yeah. Here goes this filthy ass cat. I wonder if somebody's job was to like keep because obviously they have to move the couch because they're out there shooting, right? But the couch, I keep the couch bothers me because I'm just like, oh my god, how much germs and disease is in that couch? But Poot has now told Wallace that. Hey man, D is carrying this a little harder than we think, and D is like, hey, tell Wallace to come talk to me. And you see that you heard Kima tell Herc and Carver, because when Prez told him, he said, hey, somebody needs to get up there and find out how, if they don't have phones down in the pit, how are they making phone calls? And they're like, you ain't my boss. They told Prez, you ain't the boss. And then Kima came out there and said, hey, get up there and find out what it, and they hopped to real quick. And so, okay, there we go. Weebay, D, and yeah, man. There we go, man. So D wants to go run with them. So he's like, yeah. So Poot's in charge. Poot's like, yeah, I'm in charge. And he going to eat with Weebay and Stinkum and them. And so, yeah, now, man, everybody's so young here because I see some of these guys. I'm sitting there thinking it's like 19 years ago or whatever.
Man,
Um,
yeah.
and, a lot of these guys are like, because the guy that plays Poot, he's on this show about like a gospel family or something. It's on the is it on? I think it's on Pop TV. And I can't remember the name of the show, but it's
There's so many shows these days. It's hard to keep track of everything.
Okay, so this is the guy. They just handed the money off to the guy from the Chappelle show. I can't remember the comedian. He says, "I'm rich, bitch." I saw him live at the Ryman. He was opening up for Chappelle. You know,
Charlie,
not Charlie Murphy. Charlie Murphy. What does the face say to the? What do you say? What does the face say to the fist? Slap.
I haven't watched those in a while. I should watch this. Man, that's some funny stuff.
I think it's Daryl. Man, I follow him. He's got a podcast. He's been on Joe Rogan and the Breakfast Club. I can't remember that guy's name.
One of my favorite parts is when he's, I think, what is it? Chappelle's doing. It's the Prince story, and like Prince gets on the couch, and he just like this cat, like he's like stretches his whole body out. Oh my gosh, it's so funny.
And the good thing was Rick James was still alive, and he was like, "Yeah, I ran my feet on his couch. They rich, they can buy another one or something." And Rick was like slurring his words.
Ass. He's a drug addict, abuser.
I'm pretty sure Rick was on something when he sat down with the Chappelle show people, because there was that one part where he was slurring his words and stuff, and they rerounded him. It was so bad. I was like, "Help Rick James!" And Rick was alive for a few.
I don't think he could be helped. Probably.
Yeah,
at that point.
Yeah. So, but man, this little restaurant here that Dee and the boys are at, I love the way. I know this is a real place. The food looks really good, and they're eating. Oh man, we got Weebay. He puts too much horseradish on his little pork sandwich or whatever. I would love to eat at this place. Jill, we have to do, for historical purposes, we have to go to Baltimore and go eat at this place. Like, have to find that Seinfeld deli.
I don't even know what kind of food they were eating. I'm not sure I'm on board with this. What were they eating? I don't even know what they were eating.
Yeah, I don't know.
Well, what looked so good about what? Tell me. I didn't.
It was probably. I know Weebay always likes lake trout. So
I don't like fish. So I don't like fish. That's a big NO for me.
Yeah, I eat like Captain D's and Long John Silver stuff. So, but that was like lake trout. But the little inside joke for Baltimore is there is no lake, so where's the trout? And they actually say that they just put a different spin on it, because he said there ain't no lake around here, so where the trout coming from? So yeah, it's just I think they said it was just some carp or whatever, some little cheap fish that you can get, in the wild. But those little salmon, it's like some little whitefish that is pretty cheap and common to get in the area, and because they do have a harbor there, so there ain't no lake.
Right. Well, yeah, you can get fish.
Yeah. All right. So they have arrested Day because he had $20,000 in illegal drug money. And now McNulty has tracked the license plate number that his son wrote down and found out where the car was registered. He got an address. And, so we're still saying that Stringer is not to the point where he can show positive income yet, where he's not having to disguise, because I think he has it in a woman's name. The car is probably in some relative aunt or somebody's name, and so he traced that back to there. But we're gonna start finding out that Stringer is in college. He's taking community college class. Yeah, which I thought that was really dope. I enjoyed that. That Stringer was taking these business classes at the little local community college.
Well, it kind of makes sense, because that's what he's so focused on.
Yeah, he's trying to become legitimate, and that's something that we start to see that when we get into the dynamic between Stringer Bell and Avon Barksdale, we see that Avon, like I keep saying, Avon's a gangster. He likes being a gangster. He trying to be legitimate. Stringer is like, okay, we're doing this, but we can
make it better.
Yeah, we can set it up where it's legitimate and that we don't even have to touch a package. It's everything, we leave the street stuff for them, and we can act as McNulty ends up saying, the bank, where you don't have to come anywhere near street level, and you're reaping all the money, but you don't have any of the risk. You're not having to, you don't have to touch, you don't have to talk to anybody that's doing anything street level. Somebody else is handling everything, and as we go forward in the seasons of The Wire, we start to see that Stringer is trying to implement that plan where they won't even have to come near anything. But okay, so this is Orlando going to talk to Stringer and Avon. In the previous scene where Dee was eating with Weebay and Stinkum and all of them, he kind of let it slip out there that Orlando was like, yo, I got a package coming from New Orleans, and maybe you could sell a little something for me, so I can get some money on the side. The whole point is Orlando don't have a criminal record, which is why his name is on the club, so that they can run the drug money through there. They need to keep everything clean. So as Avon is pointing out to him, you're the clean name on my liquor license. So why would I have you out here running drugs?
Right. Orlando he wants to be part of the game in a totally different way. He wants to be like on their level.
Because they're not paying him that much.
Oh, right.
and the club's in his name, but the money going to Avon. And then they're running money through there. So any money that they're getting is going.
And he sees it all. That must suck too.
And and he was like, man, I want to make money like y'all making. You're paying me, but you're barely paying me anything. And it's enough to keep me afloat. All right. So now we're at the Comstat type meeting with Lieutenant Daniels and Burrell, and they have a problem because Day, who has been arrested, works for Clay Daniels, or Clay. What? Not was it Clay? Was
one
it
of
Clay
the
Clay Davis. Clay Davis. Clay Davis. Isaiah Whitlock. Clay Davis. I need to get his little bobblehead. I think he's still selling them. I told you he had that little bobblehead. He's got a website where you can buy the little bobblehead. I think they cost like $30 though. Yeah, I mean that was a hustle, but the whole point, the whole point is that the bobblehead just says shit. And so, but Clay Davis, his man is Day, and he is connected to Burrell. And he's connected to Burrell, and he's also connected to the mayor.
So they're telling Daniels right now to just shove this under the rug and basically end their entire investigation.
Exactly, because he's like, I told you
everything.
I told you to make this go away, and now you're actually you're arresting a state senator's aide and taking money. It's like they have to give him all the money back. You can't. I mean, this is so funny. I'm like, I cannot believe it. But he's like, oh, so I get to take this. I love the look that Daniels just gave him. Oh, so why?
That's like the look that's always on his face. What are you talking about?
No, he just gave him
like that.
No, he just gave him the. Yeah, I'm giving you the money back, but we know. Okay, so the guy that plays Day is Donnell Rollins. I had to look it up because it was driving me crazy. I couldn't remember. Okay, Donnell Rollins from the Chappelle Show.
Oh, okay, yeah, from the Chappelle show.
From the Chappelle show, because I follow him on Instagram. Yeah. Like I said, I saw him when he opened up for Dave Chappelle at the Ryman up here in Nashville, and he was hilarious. He opened up, and he was the only one that did anything for Chappelle, so he was pretty funny. They had a DJ, and then they had Donnell Rawlins, and then Chappelle came out and did like about 90 minutes. So, but okay, so yeah, here's McNulty and Daniels, and yeah, this is he does not appreciate the fact that they had to give 20 stacks back to Day Day.
This is kind of I don't know if I'd say a repetitive scene, but it's the same thing we've been dealing with. Like Daniels is trying to save his job, do what he's told. McNulty's mad because they're not doing police work. It's like,
yeah,
same story, different tune, or same tune, different story, whatever. It's like deja vu, honestly. This scene.
Very true. And this is not the last time we will see this during we'll be seeing this in season 5 with the series. Yeah, sure. That's where the serial killer storyline came from. That's because McNulty is constantly like, oh my God, what do I have to do to get these guys to do their job? Yeah. Okay. So this is okay. So we're at Dee's crib, and oh God, dude's drunk, and he's drunk talking to Dee. And they got a bunch of
this is that night. Okay.
Yeah, they got a bunch of strippers. They got a bunch of strippers from Orlando's, and they got a lot of Heineken. I noticed that that's a product placement because they got a bunch of Heinekens in this scene. I noticed, and then Weebay is a little too coked up. Stinkum doing this thing. They smoke weed. They doing all kind of thing. And what we're going to find out is, okay,
Orlando's there.
Orlando's there, but he's upset that Dee snitched on him. Even though Dee didn't realize he was snitching, he was just asking Weebay and the guys like, hey, Orlando said he can, get another package and I can run it for him. What do you think? And then Weebay and them was like, oh, you better talk to your uncle about that. And obviously Avon had a problem with it. Okay, so this girl is apparently...
She basically just passed out and learned he's going to rape her and then she's not going to wake up.
Bam. Well, I figure she might already be in the process of, because she overdosed.
Right, she's not feeling well. She said she's gonna throw up,
and then so he's like, yeah, I know you.
He said, no, you ain't. Threw her in the room, tossed her on the bed. She didn't move.
And then they just roll her up in the carpet and throw her in the dumpster, which is a little trifling. But,
a little trifling. That's what you say about it.
I was trying to clean it up. I was like, you take a dead kind of hooker.
You can just say that's pretty fucked up.
Yeah, it was not good. It's not good.
Or pretty effed up. There, that's the clean version.
Yeah. Well, you see Daniels and Mrs. Daniels, Marla Daniels, and she's very early in her political career, which we will see expanded as the seasons of The Wire go forward. But that's where he.
Yeah, he's got pressure from work and at home, like. He's got to think about her crap too when it comes to his crap.
Yeah, because
his crap affects her crap.
Absolutely, because she had this vision, and he talks about this in the later seasons, that she had this vision that they would be this big power couple. Mm-hmm. He would be influential within the police department, and she would be an influential politician, and they would rule the city of Baltimore.
Yeah, I don't think that personally. I don't think that's a very noble way to. I don't know. Striving.
I'm like, they're not trying to have no children.
Striving to basically tell people what to do and flex your power. Not my thing.
That's it. I don't know. They're black upper middle class. What are you gonna do?
I don't know what that has to do with it. I'm just saying people that pursue something just so that they can be powerful. That's questionable.
Oh, okay. So yeah, the chick's dead. Okay, this is when we find out that she actually is dead. And Weebay is like, yo, man, she snorted up all the, because he was like, oh, she snorted up all the coke and all that stuff. So oh god. Okay. So and yes, D, she is not alive anymore, unfortunately. She has shuffled off the mortal coil. And D's like, yo, man, the chick's dead in my house. And obviously they're not going to call the police. And so I remember, Weebay even said, he said, yeah, she snorted up all the coke, the greedy bitch. And then, and Weebay don't even care. It was like, he just.
I don't know why you find that funny.
It's just, because it just seems weird that he's just indifferent. I'm like, okay, if I'm sitting somewhere, it's like, yo, the chick's dead. I'm gonna be like, oh my god.
Well, yeah, these people are murderers and drug dealers. They don't really have a lot of empathy for anything. They're really he's not a great person at all.
Yeah, he's really not.
So I'm not surprised or anything. He's a total piece of shit.
Yeah, but he's just like, D. You saw D like freaked out. D's like, oh my god, she's dead. and, yo, man, she ain't. And Weebay's like more annoyed. We've already
seen that D has a little bit of like humanity inside of him. So
yes, this is true. Even the guy that he shot, he didn't want to shoot him. It's just the guy pressed him, and then he pulled that thing out on him. So this is McNulty going to see the judge, and he brought Kima with him, and they are snitching on Burrell and Daniels and all of them, giving the drug money back and blah blah blah. And so now we will see the Judge Phelan is going to call Irving Burrell and let him know that the city of Baltimore expects to get the full whatever 30 days or whatever on its wiretap. So this is not so this is where I first start seeing it. Kima's like, yes, I even though she's loyal to Daniels and Daniels trusts her, she's like, McNulty's right. And so I'm going to back McNulty on this. And she backs McNulty for, it's either him or Lester. I notice McNulty he's like, okay, I'm working with Lester on this. Okay, I'm working, So he always has somebody. But Kima and him become very close because as we see in the later seasons, he kind of teaches her how to cover his tracks when she's cheating on her wife, girlfriend, or whatever. She starts picking up some of McNulty's.
Oh, just like teaching his kids bad habits, helping her, teaching her bad habits as well. What a good friend.
I like McNulty, but yes, he's doing foul stuff. Okay, so he's got a pager. Oh, I barely see pay. Do you guys have payphones out there where you are?
It's very random these days to see one.
Because we had two.
Usually still at a gas station you can find one.
Well, we had
there are random places, and I think at the BART station you can still find like a couple.
But it was crazy at my old gas station. I worked there for 10 years, and we had two payphones, and they took both of them out because we started selling like minutes. They were selling the like track phone minutes and stuff. We started doing that because everybody's got cell phones. So, but in this particular instance, there are still payphones. And so we are following Mr. Stringer Bell, and also known as Russell Bell. And we are going to find out where he is going. And
they're doing what they've been doing.
Yes.
It's following these people.
So McNulty did not want Stringer to see that he was following, so he's ducking down. Boom. And then you saw Daniels asking Kima. You saw Daniels asking Kima, did McNulty screw us again and snitch to the judge? And then Kima actually covered for McNulty and said, this time it was the judge. Which the judge did ask him a question, but McNulty obviously gives up extra information that he doesn't have to give up.
Right.
So, okay. Okay, so this is Herc and Carver. Earlier in the episode, Carver had talked about the fact that the sergeant's exam is coming up again, and he's studying for it. And he was asking Herc, hey, are you going to put in for it again? He was like, yeah, I might. And Carver's like, aren't you going to study for it? Yeah. But we find out, like in season 2, that when Carver, when Herc takes it, he actually does okay on the test, but he's not in the top third or whatever of applicants, but he actually places, he's like in the middle. Which is what he is. He's an average. He's an average. He's an average detective. So he's not exceptional at his job. Carver actually
frankly
scored.
He shouldn't be somebody that gets promoted. I mean,
yeah. Well,
his attitude towards doing his job, frankly, screw him. He shouldn't be promoted.
I think it's strange to watch Carver like this, because Carver actually becomes a pretty good police officer in the later seasons. Especially after Bunny Colvin tells him, he's like, you ain't shit. He's like, you're a good guy, but you ain't shit for police. You need to do better. You need to do a better job than what you're doing. And he's shocked by this. McNulty is at the community college, and he's like, I cannot believe the Stringer Bell is actually taking like business classes. He's shocked by this. And so we're at the sergeant's exam. Some of these cops you will see in later seasons of The Wire, they keep using the same people. So and there is Herc. And I think Herc actually scored better than, if I'm not mistaken, I think Herc actually does score better than Carver on the test, even though he didn't study.
Well, you can see that Carver's he's stressing out about it way more, whereas Herc is just filling in the answers.
Yeah, and Herc actually, what you're going to find out is Herc actually placed higher than Carver on the sergeant's exam. But what we did not know is that Burrell, we're going to find out later on, is Burrell actually had an inside man in the unit, and that inside man is Carver. And Carver has been selling out the unit and giving information to Burrell. And so his reward for that is to be promoted to sergeant in the next season. So when we go into season 2, he will be Sergeant Carver. And so even though Herc does a better job on the test, he gets jumped over because he didn't snitch. I love this. This is the copying scene. We had the copying scene with Stringer Bell, and he's trying to explain to them,
that he wants it now, but it's a quick scene. He wants them to run the business legitimately,
yes. Instead of like, yo, I don't care if these guys, we drug dealers and we just working here to cover. But and now we are with Stinkum and Weebay, and obviously Bird has been locked up. So now Stinkum and Weebay, they got that thing on them, and they got a line on Omar. So they're getting ready to put work in on Omar. All right, here we go. The hoodie on Weebay, and all right, Stinkum's ready. It's about to go down, and they post it up. They're just waiting on to get a. Oh, here we go. Oh boy, here we go. And this is not good. Omar always paying attention. Omar is always paying attention. He always
got to.
Okay. About to roll up on him. Uh-oh. Bam! Right in the chest. Omar scoped him out. He knew they was posted up on him.
Yeah, he's been. We saw him. He's been staring out the window for like weeks, it seems, or whatever.
Yeah, and he shot Weebay. So Stinkum is dead. Weebay is shot in the leg, and so now he laid up. So yeah, and this is when we get the famous line uttered from Omar, where he says, "If you aim at the king, you best not miss." So that is yeah. That has been quoted.
Pretty egotistical to call himself the king, frankly.
Hey, he feel like he the best of the best as far as
he may be, but it's not like he's ruling over anything. That's what kings do.
Whoo, he the king of the streets.
he's. I'm just saying.
Yeah. Whoo. I'm actually surprised
he's just
Omar
as egotistical
left.
as everyone else.
Yeah, that's true. But man, I hate to see my man Bay shot up like that. You gotta remember, Weebay is my cousin. No, Weebay is my cousin. You gotta remember that. He got the same last name as me. He's my cousin.
It's fine. He can die. It's cool.
Oh no, that's terrible. Okay, so now
we laughed at the dead hooker. This guy can freaking die.
Oh God, I love you. You're great. But he was a little indifferent to her death. That was
just a little.
Just a little.
Who knows what he did while she was lying there? Probably already dead. He's possibly a necrophiliac as well.
Oh God!
I have no sympathy for his ass. I don't know why you should.
Why did you put that visual in my head? That's okay. So now he got the boot on his leg. And
now I'm just laughing at him.
So yeah. So now Avon has upped the bounty.
What is Avon wearing, by the way? He's got these. It looks like he's about to go play tennis or something.
It's either it's most likely something from See, all that stuff's like Mark Echo and.
I didn't really need the brand. I mean.
Okay, yeah.
Sitting in the chairs, the shorts look really.
They wear Rockaway. He's got Rockaware. I was like, man, I used to have some Rockaware stuff. I was like, oh my God, I haven't seen Rockaware forever. I think they still make. I don't know if they still make it.
I don't know. Brands of clothing. I don't know. Maybe.
Yeah, Rockaware. Because like back then it was Rockaware from Jay-Z, and you had Fat Farm from Russell Simmons. You had like Carl Kanai, Mark Echo, which is where the G Unit stuff came out from.
Yeah, I'm not about to spend $100 on a t-shirt. I'm good. I'm good.
Yeah, so this is okay. So this was Stringer talking to Avon, going, "Yo, man, maybe we need to fall back. This is starting to get a little personal.
It's getting a little heavy."
And we done lost Steakum. Weebay shot over this because we hunting him. Maybe we need to fall back. And Avon's looking at him like he's crazy. Like, so you want me to let it slide?
It is kind of. You're like, wait a second. Yeah, we would be like, wait, retaliation, anyone?
Yeah. He's like, this dude robbed us and shot one of our people when he robbed the stash house. You can't. It's the street. You can't just let him get away with that.
Yeah, I mean, Omar started this crap with them, right?
Yeah, he's the one. He gets off on robbing.
And everyone's like, oh, Omar, another POS.
Oh no, we love Omar.
No, I don't.
Oh damn!
Don't put me in that.
Okay.
I don't love any of these people. They're all just humans that I don't know that are very flawed. So I can't love them.
I was like, I don't know. I love Omar.
I guess he's entertaining enough.
Yeah. Yes, he is.
But I don't have much sympathy for him.
And I love this because obviously
maybe I will later.
They got so he's sitting there with Daniels and Kima and McNulty, and they're talking not Lester, not Daniels, but they got there with Lester Freeman and Kima and McNulty, and he's getting on to him because they're like, yo, because even though they're not notice they're not putting a murder charge on him, although the wire is pretty clear that Omar was the one that shot Stingham. They have a murder charge on him. but they're not arresting him because
they're still using him.
he's still useful to them, even though they know for a fact he committed a murder. And
he's such a snitch too. Like, I'm sorry, but he started the whole thing, then gets all pissed off that they retaliated by murdering his lover.
Boyfriend, yes.
And then he goes and tells on them. Like, I'm sorry, but even from the get-go, he doesn't really play fair. In this drug game or whatever. I have no sympathy for Omar.
I'm actually glad that I get to watch this with you because you say you give me a different perspective. I never thought of it like that because he did do that. He started all this.
There's consequences for this bullshit. Okay.
Yeah, he robbed them.
There's drugs and guns, and you rob people. What do you think is going to happen?
They came back on him. Yeah. So this is what happened.
And like, just because someone's like, oh, I think they're cool, like that doesn't mean they're a good person or somebody to like root for.
You're right. I like hood movies though, but you're right though.
I don't. So
right, but I mean, this is a different. Your perspective, I find it fascinating because, like I said, maybe I am glorifying this kind of gangster lifestyle or whatever, but I don't know. I just like Weebase got like a swag that I always enjoyed or whatever. It's
I look at it. I just kind of look at it like with a raised eyebrow, like you douchebag.
Like these guys are criminals. They're
nice swag, douchebag. Like that's what I think.
Oh, but no, it's your perspective is spot on though, because I mean, they are criminals. It's absolutely right to say so.
And there are plenty of the criminal cops here too. I'm just commenting on the people that are in front of me as it goes.
Okay, so
obviously, I mean, McNulty's a POS as well, in his personal life.
And so, we got D with Charlene here, and they're kind of mentioning that her friend, they can't, she's not returning her calls or whatever. Yeah, she just.
Oh, it's okay. Let me just take your top off. Let's forget about this.
Yeah, I'm
another POS right here in front of my face.
D knows that she's not ever coming home and she's not ever going to be answering any phone calls again. But hey,
let's just have sex.
Yeah, let's just have sex. And so that's what it is. And the show is completely different now from your perspective. It you make me see it a different way. It's like
a show can still be good with like basically everyone being a shit person. But it's also kind of why like I didn't like when I first saw the show, I don't love this show like you do because I don't like after a while like it's tiresome of just like I just look at these people and go fuck off, like I don't know.
Well, we just heard right at the end of that scene that they called D and left a voicemail, and the voicemail was, "Yo, Stink got shot." He didn't know. He didn't know Stinkum's dead, and him and Stinkum was tight, so he didn't know that Omar has taken Stinkum out. And so now we're at the police station with McNulty and Bunk, and so Anton Artist, aka Stinkum, is now dead. They know for a fact is Omar, but they can't give it to Bunk.
Mm-hmm. Bunk right.
So it's like
poor Bunk.
Bunk
also another POS on this show.
Is Bunk bad too? What did Bunk do?
Don't they all cheat on their wives?
Oh yeah, they definitely cheat on their wives. Okay, this is true. They all cheat on their wives.
Like, why are you married then? Oh, because I need someone to take care of me. Well, be a man. Take care of yourself, POS.
Oh, God.
I'm obviously in a mood.
Oh, no, I love it, though. This is the greatest Wire Wednesday ever. I'm digging it. And, okay, so Cole. So this is the problem. Okay. So Cole caught the murder. This is terrible. So, yeah. He goes in my office, and now Cole's not that bright. And so now Bunk has to let him know that even though they know for a fact 1,000,000% who committed the homicide, they could clear it. they can't allow him to solve the murder and clear it because Omar is snitching for them, and they need to keep him on the streets.
Omar, the murderer.
But Omar is a good murderer because he's working
he's not.
for the police. He's one of the good guys because
he's not. He's just an informant. He's a rat. The police don't see him as a good guy. They only see him as an informant. You're insane. The police don't view him as a good guy. Absolutely not, Antonio.
Well, okay, but they at least see him as an asset because they know for a fact.
Yes, he's a straight up asset. He is a rat snitch for them. That is it. That's all they care about when it comes to Omar. They don't care about him except that he gives them information.
That is true.
They don't think he's a good guy. Please.
They're allowing a murderer to stay on the streets.
Yes, they are. 100% they are.
I find that and Bubs is
he's planning his evening.
Yeah.
Why don't you call the wife? Tell her you're gonna be late or something.
Oh,
jerk.
Oh God. This is crazy.
Well, okay. Lester's cool. I have nothing bad to say about Lester right now, so
okay.
I like Lester. Lester seems like he's a pretty good guy.
So this is Kima confessing to Lester Freeman that when they were talking to Omar a few weeks ago, she said something accidentally that he used.
Right. I forgot about that.
Yeah,
so she's like indirectly involved in that guy's murder as well.
Yes.
Yikes.
And and so she just said, I fucked up, didn't I? And he's
like a little,
Because anybody with a brain knows that Omar actually was not there when Bird shot Roland Gant.
Right.
That's a fact. He was not there. But the streets were talking, and they know that Bird was the one that was the shooter, and Omar hates Bird, and Bird killed Brandon. We know Bird killed Brandon. Weebay killed Brandon too.
This is why eyewitness testimony and like people just saying stuff they know, it's always suspect. Always suspect. Always.
Okay, so they apparently they have
humans are fallible.
Yeah, so okay. So this is Charlene. They have Charlene's liquor board shot or whatever from the DMV, and it's something about her, but they,
it's the glasses, obviously, right?
Yeah,
they're like, she looks like we could use her. She's wearing glasses.
And so they're already getting ready to approach her, but they don't have anything yet. They haven't recovered the body of her friend yet. And finding out that Dee knows that because she was obviously there with them. She knows. She was like, wait a minute, she was at your house that night of the party. So how do you not know that she's dead? And you guys rolled her up in the carpet.
Was she there that night?
The friend was. Well, I mean, Charlene wasn't.
That's Charlene what I mean. So how would she know?
Because she works at the club and she knew all the girls, her friends from the strip club.
They wouldn't know she rolled her up in a carpet.
No.
Rolled her up in a carpet.
No, what I'm saying is she knows that all her friends were there at Dee's party.
Okay,
and
this scene is this is a very pathetic Bunk scene. Like, he is
drunk.
Pathetic here, pathetic in a random woman's house that he just met. Like he is so pathetic right now.
Yeah, it's not good. He picked up some strange at the bar, and oh God, what is he? He burned his clothes in her bathtub because
he's wasted.
He feels guilty that he cheated on his wife. And so he wants to burn his clothes.
Don't do it again, asshole.
Afraid that if he goes home, his wife would smell another woman on him. And so he has to burn. So now I'm like, okay, you burn your clothes. What are you going to wear home? So that's, I think, he's going to have to get some stuff. So that's crazy. He burned. Yeah, you burned everything. This is
I mean,
stupid.
how effed up is your life that you do this at some total stranger's house? Like, get your shit together. Good lord.
Yeah. Buck is crazy.
You're gonna go out and screw some random woman. Don't get this drunk. Good lord.
Oh God. I was like, this is okay. So we're back at Orlando's. Okay.
Shutting down.
Yeah. Okay. And yeah. Okay. So we see Orlando's actually locking up.
Who's he with? Some random guy.
Coming. Okay, so Omar scoping because he knows that they obviously got a little closer to him than he wanted, and so now he's hoping to kind of watch and observe and figure out how Barksdale moves because he knows he's there. Or he's normally there. Okay, and now we've got Jimmy has taken Bunk from the lady's house. Like, get him out of here. And he's still sitting in her pink robe because he burned all his clothes.
I wouldn't want that robe back.
Yeah.
Take it, motherfucker.
And
I wouldn't want to remember that night, that's for sure.
And obviously Bunk cannot go home. So he's gonna have to. I heard him saying, he's gonna have to, ask, call McNulty's got to call Bunk's wife and say, oh, he called a double or something and cover for him.
Yeah.
And say, oh, Bunk needs some clothes. So you have to get clothes for him so he can come home. But wouldn't his wife go, okay, well, wear the clothes you were wearing the other day?
Yeah, but you're saying it's a double, which means like your clothes get nasty.
Yeah,
like he needs to change your clothes is what he's going to ask for.
Yeah.
Not like a whole,
Yeah, it needs new clothes.
They're not going to give the clothes back to her when she brings the clothes. She's not a laundry service.
Yeah, that's true. I'm just like, what happened? Just like, did you hear your clothes? My clothes are part of the crime scene, so they had to take them.
Well, no, if you've been working all day in crime scenes, you're sweaty, you're disgusting, you got to work another shift. You ask for a new set of clothes. That's not that crazy.
No, but I'm saying, but
the wife isn't going to go, where are your other clothes? She's just going to bring the clothes and see you later when you come home.
Yeah, that's true.
But knowing Bunk, he doesn't do his own fucking laundry anyway, so maybe she would notice. Or maybe he does. We don't get that sort of information. So
this is true.
I'm jumping the gun there.
I'm trying to think. I don't think we ever see Bunk's wife on this. We just see his kids. I don't think we see her. We see the two boys because the two. Remember,
episode's over, by the way, everyone.
Yes, the episode is over. We just had the credits, and this is it. We're winding down. But final thoughts. What did you think of episode 8, Lessons? What lessons did you learn from Lessons?
Everyone sucks. It was kind of just a ho-hum episode, honestly. Not too much is going on. Like, just gathering more information. Oh, yeah, he got killed.
Yeah, that was some major stuff that happened. Finding out the Stringer Bells in college. Yeah. Stinkum getting killed.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was, and the little confessional scene towards the end with Kima confessing to Freeman that she thinks she accidentally gave Omar information that she shouldn't have given him. There were a couple of key things that happened here. So episode 9 will be next week unless we have because I know your work schedule, unless but we're planning on episode 9. We just won't be here if we can't do it. So that's what it is. But episode 9 is called Game Day. So that will be
that's a fun one.
Episode. This is going to be the introduction to Proposition Joe. This is the first. This is where we have the basketball game. This is when we find out when the East Side versus the West Side, and whoever loses has to buy the other team, and they spending hundreds of thousands
or something.
Yeah, right? It's a big cookout,
like a big party.
And they everybody, yeah, they grill out. They spend thousands of dollars. This is apparently from what I understood, this apparently really happens in Baltimore, or at least it was at the time. This was a tradition where the big ballers, they all get together and they kind of have this
This is their community work.
Yeah, it's I know you probably haven't seen a movie like New Jack City where Nino Brown is out there
so long ago.
Yeah, I'm about to say he was handing out turkeys to everybody in the community. He's like, "Oh, I'm a big drug dealer and I'm like robbing y'all and stuff." But
yeah, mafia guys did do that too, or used to do that back
then.
Yeah, that's like a normal thing for guys. It makes them makes them feel good. Makes
handing out
think people. Good
or
guys.
you even see it. You even see with season 4 when the school season is starting out, and Marlo Stansfield, he's the boss of the West Side, and he sees all the school kids, and he's giving out thousands of dollars to everybody. Yo, go get yourself something fresh, yo. Go get you some new kicks, and he's giving everybody a couple $100.
They all look up to him, and they'll all be his little minions and soldiers in like a couple of years.
Exactly.
It's just a plan.
So
it doesn't. Yeah, it's all just BS.
So yeah, but I'm looking forward to. I'm trying. What's his name? He passed away. I think his last name is Chu. I think is it Robert Chu? I think that is his name. That played Proposition Joe. Proposition. But we will see him for the first time in episode 9. So I'm very much looking forward to seeing that, because Proposition Joe is one of my favorite characters on The Wire. So.
And we start getting a little bit learning more of the dynamics of the city. Like there isn't just this crew; there's other shit going on.
Yeah,
as well.
Because the
all over the city.
Daniel's crew is only investigating the Barksdales, and the Barksdales control
that's their
the
territory.
West Side.
That's their turf. You don't. Just like the drug dealers, they have their turf as well. The cops,
So that's what it is. All right, guys. So we're going to wrap up. This was, like I said, I enjoyed. Lessons was good for me. But we will be back. Like I said, we will not be back this Friday for the JillStream, but hopefully, knock on wood, we will be back next Wednesday at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. You can obviously catch the audio for this at anchor.fm/Ikari Press. And we still haven't had anyone leave us a voicemail yet. I've been waiting. I've been monitoring. I was like, has anyone left us? Because people are listening. So if anyone has a comment or anything that they want to actually, like, if you actually want to leave us a voicemail, I am very, I need someone to test it out. Leave me a voicemail. Just don't say mean things to me because I cry. So please, but yeah, anchor.fm.
Well, now you're just asking for trouble.
Yeah, I know. I'm summoning the trolls. But it's at anchor.fm/Ikari Press. But you can leave a voice message there. And if it's nice, I might play it on the air. And we are also on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Amazon Music, iHeartRadio, Stitcher, Google Play, all that kind of stuff. Just type in Ikari Press, it should come right up. And my thanks again to the good folks over at Planet EJOBN for hosting us and so many other broadcasts. I will be back tomorrow night, 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, with Clayton Barton from howtodrawcomics.net and his brother Corey. We will be talking about their comic book that is on Indiegogo called Kovar. I can't remember. Kovar, I think is what it's called. Kovar. Either way, they'll be here. It's already set up. Cool. And if you're on Planet EJOBN, check the events section. It should give you all the information there. Of course, youtube.com/Ikari Press if you just want to hang out directly in the chat. But I thank everyone that has been like chatting on like eBay. I'm not on eBay, on Facebook and all that good stuff. Jill, is there anything you would like to say before I wrap this thing out and close it out and all that good stuff?
Goodbye.
Okay, well, there you go. Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, right here on YouTube, all at Ikari Press, IkariPress.com. Takes you the brand way of the gun. Thank you, guys, for supporting that. I'm on Teespring and Amazon as well. But until next time, chuck them deuces up. Bye-bye.